So welcome back, ladies and gents. We're right at the start of chapter 3, so let's get into it. Useless. I see. Ragnar was absent as well. So then your family is only one of the 4 great houses sending someone. Right. It must be fate. Ragnar is both stubborn and awkward. And her house arrest from the Civil War 1.5 years ago continues to this day. You can't be too cautious. She was trained at a military school after all. If she was left to her own devices, even the governor of Crossbelt would be modest in comparison. Just a little grumbling. By the way, how is Ballard? He's stupid and greedy, but when it comes to profits, he's fiercely intelligent. I'm always acting as a mediator, and I never know what he will say. Gives me a headache. Since your father, Lord Higham, is there, I can relax a bit. He will at least not act act carelessly, at least. Well, my father's sense of balance is definitely impressive. But incidents are happening from Sutherland to Crossbell. We don't know what unexpected incidents will occur. You should be very careful. You don't have to tell me. There are those all around me who I can call on for aid. That reminds me, the branch school is plenty involved in this. Well, whatever. Let us look forward to what they can accomplish. I have to settle the score with my rival as a former of Class 1. Someone has come who says she has an appointment with you. What should I do? Oh, of course it's Milliam. You're a little late. That's because my request was denied. How come I have to get permission every time I want to see you? If you consider your position, I think it is obvious. How come you always dodge me? You should learn for once. You're 15 now. You should start to act like a lady, at least a little. Lammy! Got him. Gotcha. With you in that outfit, this could mean all sorts of trouble. Oh, please don't act all cool just because you changed your hair. I'll calm you down so you don't start to look even older. You don't need to worry about that. Lately, the kids in town have been behaving themselves. You're the ones who taught them, right, Milliam? I made friends with them since I come visit you so often. They're all good kids. Who cares if she's man-made? Well, I'm sure she's not thrilled that she won't grow any taller. So what did you decide to do now? My plans haven't changed. Alright, a lot happened, but that's fine. Are you happy? You get to go on a vacation with me. Well, it does seem like a picturesque place one would go on vacation. But we're going there for a sketchy-sounding carnival. There's definitely a limit of information regarding that. Info about the noble faction or the guild is really limited. Well, I would say don't worry about it, but since you're from the intelligence division, I guess you have to worry about it. Actually, as one of the Iron Blood children, you must be trying to figure it out yourself. Yeah, but if it wasn't for Lecter's authority, I want to help Class 7 guys more myself. Reen, Elisa, Makis, it looks like they're all having a tough time. Well, Fee and Sarah should be able to look after themselves. Don't worry about them. There are plenty of ways you can continue to function as a member of Class 7. Can I hug you one more time? Denied. It's the Class 7 ringtone. I wonder if something happened. Oh my god, it's Gaius! But why? No one's been able to contact him, but why is he contacting Eustace? Did he discover something? Does he need help? That must be it. What is going on here? They're pretty skilled. Surely. The dragon and those guys aren't bad. If we took them on, I bet it would be an awesome battle. They've been fighting ever since the Civil War in the Empire. The dragon changed his mind. And speaking of them, it's a battle neither side can afford to lose. I'd like to get started ourselves as soon as possible. Oh, you noticed me. Rutger.
見ての通り丸腰だぜ。失礼。だがあなたに見せる隙はない。バルデル様と相打ちになったほど。
You're insanely strong. Who even took Balder to a draw? Yeah, and we even went drinking together many times. The only one I know who can drink without worrying is my dad. But anyway... It really is strange. I saw that fight with my own eyes when you took my uncle to a draw. Was that related to something cool like the big purple shadow thing? But don't pick a fight in a place like this. You guys have zero chance of winning after all. You know, I never did like you. I know already that we're just here to observe. Once you settle things with your main target, let's have a proper fight. Jaeger King. Oh, that was scary. But that little pipsqueak and the old man won't even put up a fight. Sarah? Oh, nice chest. I'm just talking to myself, don't worry about it. Plus your father, the colonel, saved me many times when I was young. I learned not to underestimate his type. Well, I should offer you my thanks regarding Fee. We might chase each other around, but let's at least protect the young ones. Well, not that you aren't plenty young yourself. Bye. What a pain. He's the same as he was 3 years ago. Colonel, huh? Long time since I've heard that name. Bloody Shirley. No. The Red War Ogre. Even that kid almost spotted me. I'm so out of practice. Lately, even Fee has almost been able to keep up with me. Is this what it's like to be in your 30s? Wait, I'm only 27. Well, almost 28, but... I have nothing to worry about. The two strongest Jaeger Corps, the Dragons and the Purple Troop. It's do or die now, for me and for those kids. But really, he's a totally different type from the Viscount. But even so, he's a cool old man. Oh my god. She likes the older types. Hello. Pretty fast for you. I was surprised the first time I saw it. Something similar was in Nord, right? About the same size. The shape is different. Is something on your mind? The power is incomplete. It's just an empty shell. I'm wondering about the contents. Contents? Oh, were you two flirting? Do not junk around like that. Who would flirt with this pain in the ass? No one would fall for this chick. She's too obsessed with the master. Or maybe the Ashen Brat is your type. Absolutely not. And I'm not obsessed with anyone. And McBurn, what of your duty to respect the disciples? Well, I'm the same in that. Long time no see, clown. We went all over the continent after the crossbow incident, so now all the players in the West that Shirley wanted are gathered. Well, she went to check on the progress of the battle. I am a bit worried about the outcome, but let's proceed as planned. Before that beautiful, sublime person comes. What, steal? There she is. She's just really excited to see her. We expected you in a few more days. Did something further happen with the disciples? Oh. The Oathbreaker and Maribel have arrived in the country. And the professor completed the last divine night faster than planned. The professor is doing good work. The one that went down so easily wasn't very interesting. Hisashiburi, Campanella McBurn. It has been a year since we met in person. You look like you're baking in that armor, as usual. The breeze tonight is nice. How about you take off the mask? McBurn, that's rude to the master. Well, he's not my subordinate. However, since we are all here, shall we have a duel? Ooh. Ooh. If you can remove this mask, I shall feel the evening breeze. I won't bother. I wouldn't lose, but I probably wouldn't win. That's how I always felt about fighting you. I suppose, although there was one who was almost able to learn my way of the sword. Don't lump me together with Louve, whatever, however, Leonhardt. I'll just call him Leonhardt. It's the easiest way to call him. Oh. Well, then let us continue the arrangements. The third experiment in order to claim the phantasmal blaze plan. To the edge of the battlefield, the countryside where the vessel lies. Oh boy, Chapter 3. Clash of Steel, right in the sea capital. Can't wait to see what happens here. So fast forward a couple weeks. June, when the hydrangea flowers begin to bloom and early signs of summer appear. In the town of Levis, just to the west of the capital, it started to rain. Yeah, man, at the after finishing chapter 2 last night, I really wanted to keep playing, but I had to call it there, man. It was getting late. I really wanted to keep playing. It was getting freaking addicting. After the 2 successful training exercises, the branch school was getting notoriety across the empire. And finances and equipment were also expanded. Beyond that, even staff members were increased in number. Josette! Looking good, girl. Becky, from the Thor's main branch, started a school store. So lean. Ada. And Lynn transferred in from Ursula Medical College to become the primary caregiver. And although meager to the students, a big change happened. So what is this change here? Finally, the weekend. It's already been 3 weeks since we went to Crossbell. Where has the time gone? 19 days to be precise. Tomorrow is a free day too. It feels like we finally have a breather. But you love your physical fitness too, don't you, Al? You're doing so well in the swimming club that Leonore praised you. Although I still can't swim 40 arch. And you're doing really well in the tennis club, aren't you, Yuna? You're preparing for a match against the Imperial University, right? Yeah, they just formed their club too, so it's perfect timing. I hope it clears up though. I wanted to practice after school. According to the forecast, it should clear up by 4 p.m. But shouldn't you be studying instead? You're so easy to read. Well, the finals are next week, so you still have some time to prepare. Yep, I'll just have to train and study and practice. Are there any competitions for your chess club, Kurt? Actually, we arranged to have a friendly match for the school in the capital as well. I studied all their past games and taught them to Sydney. It took a while. This gloomy little prodigy. Thank you. I accept your compliment. These two have been getting along pretty well lately. Alright, the school store opened this morning. They have some good stuff from all over. I also bought a copy of the latest Imperial Times. Oh, that's the store the instructor's old classmate Becky started, right? This school finally is starting to feel like a real military academy. Right, only the buildings were new and polished. At the beginning, their contents were lacking, but now we have a nurse's office and a space for gardening. Things seem to finally be running as expected. The nurse's office is run by the instructor's former classmate Lind, right? And Sandy finished the garden. Oh, it's all coming together at once. Right, we even have a new type of soldat. But I never expected you to buy the Imperial Times. It's mostly information from the mainland of the Empire. Isn't that boring to you? Well, I actually came around to it, believe it or not. There are articles published by Crossbow in there, so I've been buying it. Oh, there was something written there that I didn't understand. What is the Imperial Congress? Oh, is it already time for that? Actually, this year it's a little late. The National Imperial Congress is an annual meeting of the noble families. Those who participate include counts and countesses, as well as members of the 4 great houses, who are the four families that organize it. Last year it was held by the High Harem's family in St. Arc. 4 great houses. I've heard about them. They basically control the country, right? And 2 of them were arrested during the Civil War? Al, you caught one of them, right? You mean Duke Cayenne. He was the leader of the noble faction during the war. And the other, Duke Albrea, was arrested by Class 7. And a second son formally arrested him on charges of abusing and setting fire to lands in his domain. Wow, abuse and setting fire. That's the lowest of low. I see, so former Class 7 even did all that. So that second son who arrested him must be Governor Rufus. His younger brother, Eustace, I hear he's acting as the head of the family now. Although it's collapsing, this country is fundamentally an aristocracy after all. So to suddenly unite all of the states and reform everything can't be done by the central government alone. In that sense, the council's purpose is very important. So Eustace is going to participate in the council then? Well, he's Instructor Reen's friend too, so it should go well. Huh? I'm not saying I believe in him just because he's the instructor's friend. Just that Instructor Reen aside, everyone else from former Class 7 are really good people. Don't give me that irritating look, you two. Yeah. She's the essence of simplicity. I've learned something. Ohayou gozaimasu. The rain looks like it's letting up a bit. Don't just suddenly barge in. Aren't you a little later than usual, though? No, before that. You guys are sharp. This might be sudden, but you guys are getting a few new companions. Nani? So suddenly? Yes, you two, come in. I'm sure it's not really necessary, but introduce yourselves. Muse Egret. I'm transferring to Class 7 from the Accounting Division. Looking forward to working with you from now on. Ash Carbide from the Tactical Division. I don't really need to make friends, but we can get along. Right, emo boy. Beginning of the week. Transfer to Class 7? Yes, Muse Ingrid from Class 9 and Ash Carbide from Class 8. After reading their report from a crossbell, it seems they acted on their own a bit too much. This is a penalty for that. Well, it's not like I don't get it. Well, if there needs to be a punishment, us instructors should be included. Well, the number of members in new Class 7 is still smaller than the old. I was already intending to transfer students who look like they would be a good fit. And after the activities in both places, considering all that has happened... True, especially thinking in the future. What do you think? I think that physically and mentally they're a good match. If they don't have any objections, I will welcome them into Class 7. Very good, Major. No issues, I trust? Well, we'll all be operating together anyway, so no issues. But is it a coincidence? I heard that Carbide is somehow related to the Intelligence Division. Well, then it's decided. I see, so now Class 7 has 5 students! He's a hard-headed one, so best of luck with that. Alright, leave it to me. Muse and Ash, I better talk to them first. This is a mobile defense. By luring the enemy, the situation can be made favorable through counterattacks from all sides. It requires flexible collaboration and dispersed forces. This is one of the defensive strategies I would like the branch school students to be able to implement when needed. I learned something similar from my uncle. Wow, I never had this kind of in-depth lecture at the police academy. I see, it's a collaboration between the sword and the shield. That's so obvious, you don't need to give it a name. Right. Approximately half of the provisions from the West Amiri Trade Conference have already expired. The other half still applies, though, and we hope that it could serve as a bridge between the Empire and the Republic, which have cut off relations. One of the concerns is that the Transcontinental Railroad, according to the treaties signed by both countries. I feel like I was somewhat ignorant about other Zamorian countries. I heard the name, but the Transcontinental Railroad can even pass through mountains. As expected, that is one of the characteristics of a non-governmental organization. How stupid. They made a bunch of agreements just to break them later. Right. Oh, Aurelius teaching. No need to hold back. It's your one chance for fine arts of the week. Nobles and commoners, empire and everywhere else, everyone needs to indulge in the food of life. So as we discussed last time, these are melody, chords, and rhythm. Orion, sing the song on page 17. Just the melody. All of a sudden like that? Ryokai. Wow. Nani? Wow. She doesn't express much emotion, but her accuracy and beautiful voice. The intent was emotional expression, but as you can see, perfect melody and tune can create a pleasant feel to the tune as well. Now if we add this chord, how does the expression of the piece change? Homeroom. Good work today. Muse and Ash, your school experience should not change much in the classroom. Any concerns about that? No need to worry. I'm good, aside for that stupid fine arts lesson. Well, that's one class anyone would feel uneasy in. I was pretty surprised being asked to sing out of nowhere. I mean, I think everyone was. Well, you handled it perfectly, as expected. Kurt and Missy aside, though, how come even you can study that well, Ash? In any class, you were able to answer all of the questions correctly. I guess we're just in different leagues, mentally. Oh, now you said it. Well, now that you're all in the same class, maybe you should study together. I'll also lend you my advice at any time, so please don't hold back. Well then, I'll come for my private lesson in your room tonight, instructor. Stop that already. Oh, brother. Things have gotten livelier in several ways. Wow, but really, to think that you guys just suddenly joined us. I mean, you were used to your old classes. You guys didn't have any regrets about that? Well, I did feel a bit sad about leaving the accounting class behind, but if it's to join Reed's class... Alright, that's enough from you. I thought you had some issue with Instructor Reed from the start, though. Yes, that was rather blatant at first. I don't hate him, I just don't really like him either. I'll admit he's a strong fighter when it comes to it, and he has that strange power. How did you learn about that? It's a company secret. You guys have a talking cat with you and you ride around on ancient toys. You have plenty of your own secrets. It almost makes me laugh. At the most, I'll accompany you on your little ships and laugh with you. Please don't cause problems if you'll be coming with us as a class. It'll be just fine. All of us here have some interest in Instructor Reed in some way, shape, or form. I've noticed that Ash is the same way. Now that you mention it, I see. The reason you don't really like him is actually because he interests you. I see. I can accept that. You're really a careless woman, aren't you? I wonder if I'd be better calling you a sly female fox or a wasp spider. No, I'd prefer you call me a charming white lily. Well, anyway. Welcome to Class 7, Musi, Ash. Let's work together to make sure we don't lose to Instructor Reed. Even though we're bigger now, we're still a smaller class than the others. Let's each offer what we can to make sure our special training goes well. Looking forward to working with you. First is a Soldat training. No, a small fortress test. Come on, there are limits to how cringy you can be. But I agree about not losing to Schwarzer. This must be the goddess's blessing as well. I'm glad to be here. Tomorrow we will have our usual briefing at 3 PM in the conference room. Well then, see you then. So how did it go, really? You already had some pretty stubborn kids in Class 7 before this, and dealing with Musi and Ash doesn't seem that straightforward. I think this is fate though. They seem like they'll fit in well. As an instructor and as our Class 7 senpai, I'm planning on helping them grow and succeed as companions. Well, if you need any help training, just shout. Understood. Oh right, Reen, it arrived before. It's dark out because of the rain. Well, it's supposed to stop this evening. I'll have to make sure to give new Class 7 members their student notebooks. They need the missing special training pages. But after the crossball incident, they probably are pretty much caught up to Class 7. A lot happened, but I think it was really a rare opportunity for us. Yeah, that was a very eventful chapter, to say the least. That leader of the gnomes, he's still a mystery. Of course it couldn't be him after all. Well, whatever, I might as well look for Ash and the others. Maybe I should say hi to Lynn and Becky too. Alright, so Lynn said she'd be coming to school even in the rain. I should find her too for now. Let's see what's going on. Yuna's tennis uniform. Altina's school swimsuits. More FBI open-up material. Okay, so let's speak with Lind. There you are. Wait, hang on. Let's go see this FBI open up material with Altina. Wait. Not bad. This one. Okay. Hi, Lind. How's work going? Good to see you, Reen. No issues with our medicine stock. I need to make sure we have plenty of stock for the upcoming special training. It's such a relief to have a professional doctor here with us. Let me thank you again for coming. Yeah, I'm still in training after all. Coming to the branch school was good for me as well. What do you mean? Oh, nothing much. Actually, I decided I wanted to pursue medicine after the Civil War. I felt so useless when so many people were struggling. So I started to wish I was strong enough to save someone. So that's why you decided to enter the medical college so quickly. Sorry to bring this up out of nowhere, but you still seem troubled based on your expression. Can I listen to the details? Sorry to make you worry about me. I'm still such a newbie at the Ursula Medical College and I'm still in training. So I wanted to build my experience and get stronger. Hopefully with all of the other newbies. That's true. Lynn will be relying on you from now on. Looking forward to working with you. Alright, let's go to class 8 room. This one? No, this is class 9. Class 8. I never thought you would join the special section. You had your duties in class 8, but there's no way you won't cause trouble for them. Oh, I won't be causing any problems for myself. Are you trying to pick a fight with me? Didn't you settle some scores with some hoodlums in the capital before? You turned the tables on them and they ran with their tails between their legs. I was just teaching them a lesson. They were getting kinda cocky. Plus, it seems annoying to have the branch schoolgirls misunderstanding. I guess that's one way to look at it. It's because you always do things that could cause misunderstandings. But it must be nice that the only guy in the special section is Kurt. Although it might get messy having two handsome guys. Instructor Arena's there too. It's all kind of aggravating. Well, you two don't look too ugly, I guess. It's just too bad. Rubbing salt in the wounds. Alright, Instructor Ash, please teach us how to become popular with the girls. Hanging out with your class 8 friends. Not really. You wandering around? Must be a pain to babysit the students. Well, it's my job after all, so I'll enjoy it as much as I can. Based on that encounter, though, I was surprised how much they seem to rely on you, Ash. Oh, what do you want? Do you need something from me? You're smart. Here. Oh, the notebook. Handed Ash the student notebook. A list of differences in the curriculum and an emergency manual. Seems pretty pointless. That side of him is really something. Well, I don't care whether you use the notebook, but I do expect you to be able to execute the procedures in the emergency manual if needed, so you should commit them to memory. Alright, already, I'm going now. But I will see it for myself again, whether you're the real deal or just a fake. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, now let's head over to class 9. Oh? Oh, I felt pretty sad when I found out you were transferring, Missy. There already weren't many of us. Well, I guess Yuna had even fewer with her. I was sad too, but at least school days should stay the same as they are now. And I won't be changing my dorm room or anything, so I'm looking forward to working with you even more. We'll leave Yuna to you, Missy. I think you two will get along well. You sort of fill in what each other don't have, if that makes any sense. Oh, I know what you mean. You're so precise and accurate, and Yuna can be hasty and rash, but she can also be the one to buckle down and solve a difficult problem when needed. I see. You might be right. Well, I haven't had much real combat experience yet, so I'll probably be relying on Yuna and Altina a lot. But if it comes to it, Instructor Reen will always have my back. You really like Instructor Reen. Well, he is cool after all. He was the one who brought Yuna back from her depression too. Alright, I have to head to club activities. And there's a new recipe I wanted to try in the cafeteria. Do your best, you two. Bye. Your friends from the accounting division? Yeah, it's kind of sad to leave them after 2 months. But really, the branch school is truly excellent. Definitely. Although there are some people who mock us for being just an imitation of the main campus, when it comes to a time of crisis, I think we'd come out ahead. Although of course the Thora's main campus would be a good adversary. Ah, that's true. So did you need something from me? Now that I think about it, a teacher and a student alone in the classroom. It's the ideal opportunity. No, there are other instructors on the first floor. Please take this. Oh, hehe. Exchanging this with my former student notebook, I'm kind of reluctant to part with it. But I suppose I must, as the curriculum is different. Yes, the pages have been rearranged as well. Be sure to keep any of the notes from your old notebook and copy them into the new one. The latest style notebook too. Thanks, instructor. I have to head to my club now. Looking forward to working with you. Yes, me as well. Bye. Let's talk to Miss Aurelia. I think she's right over here. Yep. What's she looking at? Rain. It can be elegant as well. It seems like a good chance to experience Eastern culture. Do you like haiku and so forth? Well, my grandmother did enjoy it, but I don't know anything about it. So you enjoy poetry as well as regular arts? Yes, poetry is good in a different way. By the way, I saw that picture from the training exercise. He looked quite similar, did he not? The Divine Knight aside, his face, his voice were familiar. I forgot you knew him as well, Principal. The Azure Chevalier. He was something of a young hero to his noble allies in the Civil War. I talked to him 2 or 3 times, but it was really a surprise that he was actually Kyan's protege. I thought it was regrettable when I heard the news of his death at the end of the war. Well, those were my thoughts. Let us refrain from further discussion on it. The question on how to interpret the gnomes, I will leave that to Toa and the others. We shall see if the branch school has sufficient determination to learn the truth. Understood. We will definitely get to the bottom of it, including Instructor Herschel and my companions. I'll leave it to you. Okay, so let's head over to Valimar.